Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's World Session. What are we? We're July 5th. And Anita, I wanted to pull a card to hone in, a tarot card to hone in where this World Session may be going. And the card that I pulled up is from the Osho deck. It's the Understanding card. Now, the Understanding card is it's a beautiful message. It's the dawning of an understanding. The cage has always been open and the sky has always been there for you to explore. So that the cage that you live in is all of your mental thoughts and all of your recipes and belief systems and expectations. But when I'm pulling up this card, I'm not really feeling liberated for some reason. So when I'm pulling up this card in today's session, it's coming up as misunderstanding. So misunderstanding or not fully having an awareness or knowing yourself, and then expecting others to understand you, and maybe expecting your children to understand you, maybe other groups to understand you. And then it's like, well, just misunderstanding, not understanding or knowing the function of your own mind, your own emotions, not really fully understanding even the mechanism of your body, what your body needs at any given time. And then there's this neediness and compulsion to be understood. And then it creates this conflict, right? They don't understand me. She doesn't understand me. My mom doesn't understand me. My husband doesn't understand me, but yet I don't even fully understand myself. And I could feel the contraction right through my gut. My gut is twisted, literally twisting and contorting my cells, my brain. I could feel my jaw twisting down through, the clavicle is twisted, and my gut is twisted. So we're going to dump this as an individuation, this understanding. It's very different than having a new awareness or having an awareness of, you've been doing this one thing and then all of a sudden you have an aha moment and there's an awareness. It's very different than expecting and wanting to be understood by someone else. It's very forceful and pushy and needy and sticky, and it creates this codependency, these very muddled, it's very tricky to come from that neediness of needing to be understood, wanting to be understood, expecting to be understood. We got to untwist this from, it's just affecting all of the systems, and it's really affecting the brain, the heart brain, the gut brain. So intuition is not able, those gut reactions are not able to rise. And then there's convolution, really not even knowing. There's a burp. Not knowing the difference between intuition, not understanding the nature of your intuition, how she rises, and then describing intuition with lots of words, which is not, that's just more thoughts. And then passing those thoughts off as intuition, passing those imaginations off as, oh, I had a vision or an intuitive hunching, and it's just following thoughts. So we've got a few things we need to dump out of the systems, out of the brain, out of the head brain, the heart brain, and the gut simultaneously. So we're going to anchor dumping neediness to be understood, expecting to be understood. And two, we're going to anchor it to the heart and dump it, and dump this out of the systems. I'm going to see, I see it untwisting. And then we're going to go ahead and brain repair. No, we're going into the gut. We're going specifically within the small intestines down to the microbiome. And the microbiome are heavily burdened by this understanding, or understand me, or needing to be understood, or even the identity that I'm such an understanding person. I'm understanding, which to me is doormat. It's coming up as a pathology. We're going to go right down into the microbiome, and we're doing a, no, we're not doing a cell repair. They need a Wei Qi repair to those healthy gut bacteria. The Wei Qi is that little, that's energetic protective coating. It's feeling to be worn out by this needing to be understood, wanting to, it's almost feeling a demanding to be understood. So we need to do a repair to that Wei Qi. It's coming up as pathological consciousness. It's affecting the way that the healthy gut bacteria functions, and that impacts the whole body. A healthy gut, healthy breath, and you've got a healthy body. So no, there's no active memory. We need to do a correction to that Wei Qi. So I'm going to go quiet and I'm going to watch the repairs happening. And it's affecting the mechanism, the functionality of the healthy gut bacteria. It's totally weakened them. Like the body knows what to do. And you have nothing to do with it. Like you don't need to fully understand everything. And do you always need to be understood? Like who cares if someone understands you or not? What does that have anything to do with you? What does somebody else understanding you have anything to do with you? That's their own, who cares? And here's the problem. I care, I need to be understood. That validates my experience. That proves that my experience is valid. It's being understood when you're having a conversation, and if there's, let's say, a conflict, and then you come to a mutual understanding, right? Both people are able to work things out. Maybe you have to go back into your own corners and try it a different way, try it a different way, try it a different way until all the cards are laid out on the table and there's that new awareness or that aha moment between two people. And they say, oh, we've come to an understanding. That's colloquial. But that's not really what we're working with here. We're working with the pathology of needing to be understood and how it impacts your whole body mind. I'm so confused right now. I even lost my train of thought. It's like completely derails from the issue at hand. So here what was having your experience validated. So that's needing others to validate you. You gotta dump that out of the system. How can anyone else know? Your experience is valid. No one can tell you that your experience, well, I guess people can tell you you don't have a valid experience, but that doesn't make it true. Your experience is your experience. Your feelings are your feelings, and no one can tell you how you feel. You are just simply having your own experience. And the fact that you're having that experience makes the experience valid. There's no valid or invalid expression of an experience. It's just an experience and it's yours. And there's that neediness for others to validate emotions, feelings, and experience, and then needing to be understood. And when someone says, nah, I don't really vibe with that, and then it becomes personal, like a personal attack. Oh my God, I'm not understood. My experience is not valid. And then all of these thoughts come in that of self-doubt. And then you've got to prove your self-doubt. So we've got to dump all of the Anchor the mind, dump all of this thinking out of the brain, feeling really dizzy at this point. It's in the occiput down through the parietal. The limbic brain is bombarded with unprocessed emotions. And we got to dump neediness out of the whole body mind, especially even the prefrontal cortex, which is our higher thinking mechanism. So we're going to dump that. And then I'm going into a sphenal-basal repair, which is going to open up breathing, bring more breath in, and it's going to regulate the breathing cycles. And then we're linking into a breathing cycle. So bringing in all the 7 diaphragms and then holding that thoracic diaphragm for an emotional release, linking this to small intestines diaphragm, small intestines for synthesis and release. And clinginess is coming up. So I'm going to tap that part in. And so we've got clinginess in the fingertips, that clingy, needy, desperate. So you can see for yourself whether you're desperate in relationships, if you become needy in relationships, maybe even with children, with your children, with family, with friends, even coworkers. You can see how this plays out in relationship, the clinginess, the neediness, the desperateness. And it's on the fingertips, all 5 fingertips. So these are the minor chakras. Each fingertip, we got to dump clinginess. Ooh. There we go. And also from the minor chakras of each hand, dumping clinginess from there. So it doesn't matter if someone understands you or not. We're dumping that consciousness, that pathological consciousness from the hands of clinging onto ideas, relationships, emotions, and there's also grudges coming up through here. It's like holding on to, oh, this person didn't understand me 5 years ago, and whatever stories you have, for example. So we're going to dump that out of the hands. It's like purifying the hands so that you can actually feel out, sense your own life, your own emotions, experience yourself the way that you do and your experience without needing to for a justification or validation. I'm going to anchor that to the heart to individuate, dumping that out of the hands, that pathological consciousness. All right. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you have a wonderful week and see you all next time.